What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Movie Roulette Mondays here at the Wilco Media Studios. Episode 12 today, and a great one. We get a great film here. Ex Machina, released in 2014, directed by Alex Garland, starring Domhnall Gleeson, Alicia Vikander, and Oscar Isaac. A sci-fi classic. I think it's safe to say it's a classic now. It's been almost 10 years since it came out, which is crazy. I had actually just watched this for the a second or third time a few days before we even landed on it, so that worked out.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
And then I was very excited that you were watching this for the first time, Nick.
Yes.
And I'm sure you'll agree, 10 years later, I don't think it's been any more relevant. You know, now now with the AI stuff coming out, ChatGPT, whatever you want to talk about,
Sure.
It makes this movie even scarier as time goes on. But it's a phenomenal movie. It's very simple, literally pretty much 3 cast members through the whole movie. Enclosed space, a lot of, talks about, whenever you're doing the AI stuff, it's, what does it mean being human, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's very relevant to today, and we realize we're not that far away from this. It could be going on. We don't know. But Nick, what'd you think of this movie on a first time watch?
Yeah, it was very, very good. I don't know if it's because in this specific film, and I'm sure you've met him at one point, but I have a friend, John, who used to do a show on this channel, is a veteran, and he's an actor, and he reminds me a lot of Oscar Isaac in this film.
Oh, okay.
Just the personality of the character and stuff like that. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. Just to kind of recap the synopsis, basically, Oscar Isaac is a genius AI developer and coder, but on level 5 billion. He owns a private island with this underground compound where he's developing new technology.
Yep.
The guy, the blonde kid, what's his name?
Domhnall Gleeson.
Right.
Oh, what's his character's name? Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb. So Oscar Isaac's character name...
I forget. I'll look it up. Keep going.
Professor, Doctor, whatever his name.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
Yep.
No, it's not Doctor Who, but Oscar Isaac's character, the genius, he calls this kid Caleb from his company. He's like a low level.
Wins at staff lottery. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because he's a great coder.
Nathan.
Yes. Nathan calls Caleb, who wins this. He's the best coder in here.
Yeah.
And he brings him to his private island to perform a test. To see whether or not this AI is human enough to be considered human, to see whether or not the AI is conscious.
And then what they establish is that typically that test is performed without the person knowing that it's an AI beforehand. But in this case, Nathan tells him that it's an AI beforehand to make it even more difficult for him to pass that test.
Right. He's trying really hard to make sure that
for you to even know it's an AI and still wonder if it's not.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And obviously we get basically it starts happening. Caleb starts doing these little interview sessions with Ava, who is the humanoid AI with the face of Alicia Vikander. And things build up. This is definitely a thriller movie. Things build to a very intense. It's not an action-filled movie until the end, which I love. It's a slow burn, but you kind of know it's going somewhere. You keep finding pieces of the puzzle. Caleb obviously discovers that this isn't the first one he's done. He's been keeping all these ones locked up, and he's even his assistant girl that's there is an AI that gets revealed.
Right. Nathan introduces this house woman as someone from another Asian country.
Yeah, she doesn't speak.
She doesn't speak English, and so he can treat her however he wants, and all this other stuff. Turns out she's an AI.
She's a sex robot, really.
She essentially, yeah. The dancing scene I thought was
it's so good,
so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good because let's be honest here,
I'm gonna
right?
tear up the dance floor.
So I try and add some sense of realism because if you can't relate to it on any level, it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
If I lived on a private island with a sex robot by myself with no human interaction whatsoever, I'd be dancing like Nathan
you gotta
too.
Dance. Come
on.
I
mean, how would you not? You got it. There's no human interaction. Nothing is real. You're there by yourself.
He just drinks and he dances.
He drinks and he dances and he does a little drugs every now and then. And he has a good time by himself. So I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Of course he's perfect at the dance moves. That's all he does is he practices dance moves. I just thought it was so funny. Great little moment there. Caleb is totally like, what is going on?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
When he can't find Nathan, and he goes in, and the sex robot starts taking off the clothing.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you
So
doing?
creepy.
The first time when I watched that, I was like, oh, wow, oh, okay. And then the second that something like that starts happening, when it goes a little too far like that, I went, she ain't real.
No.
She ain't real.
Peels the thing. Such a creepy scene.
So good.
Yeah.
The eye peel,
the
the
CGI
chest peel.
for 2014 is phenomenal.
And this is my point when we talk about things on our main show, Movie Mob, premieres on Friday, 6 p.m. When we talk about things like Rings of Power being the most expensive show out there and not looking that different, why are we spending that money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is from almost a decade ago.
$15 million budget.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
This was
A24.
fantastic. I mean, if you really look at the technology of Ava, right, and the fact that like her with the stuff that the skin goes onto, if you on those close-up shots of her before she puts all the skin on and everything, it's mesh. Like there's a metal mesh there, and it's like, who thinks of this crap?
Yep.
Like that's so good.
Cool.
Like that's so good. It was really well done. I wanted to ask you what your opinion is. So it's found out at the end that the look of Ava and everything, it's all based on Caleb's like internet search
which is
history.
so relevant today. Yeah.
Oh my god,
scary.
It's very scary, man.
Yep.
It's very, very scary. Everything about her is designed to make Caleb fall in love.
Yeah,
and he does. He falls in love with the robot, essentially, mistakenly so.
Yeah, because she tricks him.
Completely tricks him.
Yep, uses him to get out.
And unfortunately for Nathan, Caleb has a little bit more street smarts. Caleb might be more book smart, but Caleb has some street smarts there, and he does everything that he says he's going to do the night before.
Yep.
And to his detriment, unfortunately, to everybody's detriment, and to potentially the world's detriment, because AI is now out there.
She's out there.
One thing I thought was a little bizarre, just being honest, was the gel brain thing.
Sure,
I thought that was a little
that's
like
definitely
far-fetched.
the most sci-fi thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a little like wah for me.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be cool if there's a microchip, you know.
Yep.
But I wanted to ask you, do you think? Because I find it funny, but do you think that you would have fallen in love with the robot?
Probably not.
See, you say that, but if it was perfectly curtailed, like he said that,
but like,
so it's funny.
Just like you see in the mesh see-through, you like know it's a robot.
I agree. I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
But the fate, like Caleb even asks Nathan at one point, and I thought this was like a turning point for me, because I'm sitting here going, are you out of your mind? Like I'm watching the movie going, who's going to fall in love with a robot?
Yeah.
And he says, Caleb has a great line where he says to Nathan, he goes, did you design Ava's face based on my pornography history profile?
Yeah.
Because so basically Nathan is like an Elon Musk when it comes to smarts, but he also owns the Google of that universe, right? So he has access to everything that Caleb has ever searched. And so Ava is literally designed to check every single box.
Yeah.
The looks, personality, everything is designed for Caleb. So I find it funny. I knew you were going to say no, because I was thinking no too. But as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, shit, I don't know if I could even handle it.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there like, we have to get you out of here.
It'd be
you're trapped, you poor thing.
And then it shows like finally the AI making her own decision really by using Caleb to get out.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You know?
Fantastic. It was so good.
But this made me want to watch Blade Runner. Because I know it's not connected, but it feels like
some sci-fi. Yeah.
Prequel to Blade Runner.
Totally
like,
agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
I will say that I had a feeling, you never know for sure, right? And Succession, I think, has kind of ruined this for me, because I used to be really, really good at kind of figuring out the endings of movies, but Succession is always different.
Yeah.
And everything you think is one way actually is the complete opposite. But with this movie, the second Nathan denied having a drink, I went, there's no way, because that's the end of the movie. So either he's going to take a drink or Caleb's already done something.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was interesting. And there was hope in my head, in the back of my head. There was a little tiny hope that the AI and Caleb would run off together.
Yeah, right.
But she totally screws him over too.
I mean, you gotta think that someone's gonna visit there and find him. Like
she's gonna find a couple of dead bodies.
You think so?
He's locked in a room.
But he's like the head of a company. If no one hears from him for days, no one's going to go check.
But Caleb is locked in Nathan's room.
Yeah.
Which he programmed to open up all the doors and lock Nathan in forever.
That's fair.
And he's the one who gets locked in forever.
Blow it up. I don't know.
And Nathan's dead.
Yeah. And that's not going to look good.
That won't
Think
be
about
good,
that.
Won't be a good look for Google.
Even if he is alive. Yeah.
Right.
But
the cool thing is about it, the scene, the scariest moment of the movie for me was the discovery of the evidence. So when he goes through Nathan's computer and he's seeing the sped up videos of the. I was freaked out. I was like,
and then he cuts himself open.
That was so creepy,
stuff
dude.
to watch.
And the initial, there's great suspense moments. The initial lockdown when everything goes red and he's in his room and he can't leave his own room. I don't like that. I get very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, no windows.
Like,
wow. You should watch Alex Garland's other movie, Annihilation.
I'll watch it.
Natalie Portman. It's not as good.
So it's funny. I thought that's who this was initially. The robot.
Really?
I was like, is that? And I was like, no, it's not Padme.
No, it's not as good, but it's definitely interesting. Oscar Isaac's in it too. It's worth a watch. But let's rate this thing.
Yeah, what do you think, man?
I'm going 4.4 out of 5 on this one. It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. I think Blade Runner is still my number one, but this is up there.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'll go 4.5, 4.4.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Right
it's great. I think it's a great story. I think it's a good movie.
Simple.
Again, it's simple. It's for the context of the film, which is pretty extreme.
It deals with a lot, but it's simple in its structure.
Another film, single location.
Yeah.
Okay, just like One Flew. Single location, simple, not a ton of cast members.
Yep.
Now, this is not to say, by the way, because I feel like I've said this a lot. Saving Private Ryan, right? As an example, completely different context.
Right.
It's an army, so it's like you need an army of characters.
Most of the budget for this definitely went to the CGI.
Had to have.
Yeah. And this was one of A24's big movies that set it off, and Oscar Isaac wasn't as big yet when this came out, so
still a great performance though.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah. And it's funny because Oscar Isaac is not really my favorit actor.
Yeah.
But I loved him in this.
Yeah.
I loved him in this. I thought he was
good.
very, very good in this. Anyway, so 4.5. And
let's see what we're watching next.
Yeah, let's
get into it.
Let's spin it.
Spin it to win it. I'm gonna go with the tan. The beige, whatever you call it. Tan beige. Yep. Oh, all right, Matt needs to be on this review because he's never seen this movie, and he needs to see it before The Flash. Another Jack Nicholson.
Batman, 1989. Jack Nicholson.
Tim Burton.
Yep.
Michael Keaton. This is fun. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, this is definitely a stylistic Batman movie, different than any of the other ones, so watch that, guys. And comment below what you thought of Ex Machina. Let us know your review out of 5 kneecaps. And watch the Movie Mob podcast every Friday at 6 p.m., guys, if you like what you saw here. We talk about all the movie news and do some reviews. So get into that. We'll see you next week reviewing Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 1989. Right ahead of The Flash. Great timing there. So let's see it. Bye.